Hi there, my name is Mitch Karlapidis, and in this video we will talk about a form of a line which is called general. So far, if you are following the order I am presenting the videos, we have seen that with regards to a line's equation, this can be written in the slope-intercept form, which is the form y equals mx plus c. We have also the standard form, which is the form ax plus by equals c. And now we will introduce a third form, which is called general. This form will look like that. Ax plus by plus c equals to 0. And be careful here, although I have used C and A and B in 2 or 3 in all of them, this doesn't necessarily mean that we're talking about the same value. Okay, these are just expressions. Now, what do we see about the general form of a line? We can see that everything is gathered on one side of the equation. So we have x's, y's, and the constants on the same side, and on the other side, we have 0. This could give us the opportunity to discuss how we can actually calculate the general form of a line. Again, however, you should know that to find a line, as always, I either need 2 points or 1 point plus the slope. And as a suggested methodology, I would say here that in step 1, we need to calculate the slope-intercept form, which is the form y equals mx plus c. And then in step 2, I should just do some rearranging. If we also want to be more accurate with regards to math, it is the general form when A, B, and C belong in the set of integers. This means that A, B, and C are all whole numbers, which means that we don't want any presence of any fractions or any decimals. Let's work with an exercise. Find general form of the line passing through point A with coordinates 2 and 10 and B with coordinates 5 and 14. So let's work the solution together. Like I said before, in the suggested methodology, I should start by calculating the slope-intercept form. So I need first the slope-intercept form, which is the form y equals mx plus c. In here, in order to uniquely determine that line, I just need the value of the slope, which is m, and the value of c. How can I calculate the value of m? Well, I know that m is the slope and that we have a slope formula for that. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, where a could be x1, y1, and b's coordinate could be x2, y2, respectively. Then that would have meant that it's 14 minus 10 over 5 minus 2, which is 4/3. So this line's slope, excuse me, is equal to 4/3, which means that so far we are talking about y equals 4/3 x plus c. How can I now calculate the value of C, I can use a point. And I'm going to use 2, 10. So 10 is 4/3 times 2 plus C. How exactly? Let's clarify this. Why did I use that point? Well, if you remember on a previous video, we have said something about a poem when we are referring to a point of a line. And that poem goes as follows. A point lies on a line when its coordinates satisfy that line's equation, which means that if I properly take the coordinates of a point, in this case 2 and 10, and substitute them in the corresponding places in the line's equation, which means that 2 is the x coordinate. So I'm going to substitute it in place of x. 10 is the y coordinate. So I'm going to substitute it in y. If I do that, since we start from the fact that this point does lie on the line, whatever we'll get is a true statement. So this means that what I have in front of me, 4/3 times 2, it's 8/3 plus C, is true, which means that 10 minus 8/3 is C, which means that this is C, which means that C is 22/3. So now we know that y is 4/3 x plus 22/3. Remember that this is the slope-intercept form, and I need the general form. In the general form, we have two things. First of all, everything is gathered on one side. So that's easy. I'm going to bring everything at the left, which means that I'm going to write minus 4/3 x plus y minus 22/3 is 0. But then remember that I do need these to be whole numbers. Right now, they're not. How can I make them be whole ones? I can multiply everything by 3 in this case. It's always about multiplying with the LCM of the denominators. Here, the denominators are all 3. The LCM is 3, so I multiply by 3. This means that I'm going to have minus 4/3 times 3 times x plus 3 times y minus 3 times 22/3 is 0. These are cancelled out. Minus 4x plus 3y minus 22 is 0. And this is the general form. And that's all. I hope things do make sense. I hope I helped you understand that a little bit better. Remember that in order to calculate the general form, all you need is calculate the slope-intercept form and do some rearrangement. That's all. If you still, however, face any difficulties, have any questions, feel confident and leave them as comments below the video. As always, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in one of the following videos. Bye-bye.